All right, so here you are. You got a building in a really cool place, by the way, Martin City, Missouri, a booming little spot. So I think it kind of matches with what you're doing, right?
That's right.
Great little buzz up there. I do know that as a resident not too far from there. You've got your leadership team, you've got your co-founders, and now you've got to start hiring these A players that you've spoken about.
Right.
Let's assume I'm blessed enough to pass the Big Gary Fish interview. Mm-hmm. I get the blessing and I walk in the door and it's day one. What do I need to be thinking to make sure that I get on your A+ list?
Right. Well, day one, especially in a startup, we're a well-funded startup, but you need to be able to wear all hats, and so you need to be prepared to do that. And I talk to the team that we have today and talk about who has capacity to take on a new project. And so there's a variety of projects. There's a lot to do to get a company off the ground and get it moving. But I always talk about capacity and understanding. So you got to have the capacity to do it first, but then you have to know how to do it. So capacity and know-how, and it's no good if you take on a project you don't know how to do, right? So it's great that you have the capacity and you're willing to, but we need to marry those two up. So there's technology challenges in building a new company. There's administrative challenges, and so reality is we're in a really cool space now. We're in a small building across the street from where our new building's going to be, and so it's really exciting. We can look across the street and think about in 9 months or so where the new building's going to be, and we're also already getting immersed in the community. And you mentioned Martin City, Missouri, and they are very excited to have us there. And one of the things I really like, much like I did with Fishnet, back in the day, we moved Fishnet into the Crossroads area of downtown Kansas City. And we were one of the few businesses in that area when we moved there. And we really made an impact on that community by being in there. And I want to do the same thing with Martin City. And it's a small enough city where you can make a difference. And so we're building this really cool building that looks like it belongs over in Leawood, but it's going to be right there in Martin City, so right there on Holmes Road. And they're very excited about it, and we hope it starts to spawn a kind of a birth of redevelopment in that area, especially as we start to bring employees there. We're already visiting the local establishments, the Martin City Brewery and the pizza place and Jack Stack and Margaritas. So already talking to the South Kansas City Public Library about how we can help them out, already talking to the Grandview School District, and even getting across the state line. We've already started doing some work with the new museum at Prairie Fire and helping them out as well. So really trying to help some of the organizations that are out south here and really start to be part of the community out here. Because when people think about technology companies, there's many in the Crossroads now, there's many downtown, there's a lot of them in Overland Park, but you don't see a lot headquartered out here in South Kansas City. And so I really think we're going to be able to make a big difference in that community.
So do you have a little bit of that going on, meaning you have an opportunity to create this urban redevelopment, pay it forward? I mean, do you want to look at this thing 10 years from now and saying, holy cow, when we built that company, Martin City's main drag was about this big. Now look at the jobs, look at the new restaurants that have opened up to serve our employees. I mean, is that sort of a fun thing that you're thinking to say, I want a little legacy, and I think it's okay to say I want to leave something here.
Yeah, so I'm already thinking about the next land purchase and the concept of a technology campus and how we can make that happen. So we're already looking into that. So we're already looking beyond this first building that we're building right now. And to your point, I've been successful. I've built a couple companies. Honestly, they were built to sell, and so with this one, I don't have that end game in mind. I want to be able to create value for the employees, And so we're doing different structures with the business to do that, but without having the pressure that, hey, this thing's for sale and we've got to get to this number and this profitability, and there's no pressure on that. And it wouldn't be a business without a business if you didn't look at that. But we really want to stay away from the thought of, hey, we're going to sell this in 5 years. And we really want to focus on something longer term and really creating that legacy, here in South Kansas City. It's close to where I live and close to where I went to school, ironically enough, up the street at DeVry. And so I think it's a really cool place. And, it's kind of like Kansas City in general. Kansas City is a big enough city where you have everything you ever wanted to do, but it's small enough where you can make a difference and you can be noticed, and the stuff you do through your organization can be noticed, and you can make a difference in the community. And now we shrink that down to Martin City, Missouri, and I think we can really make a difference there. And so as we look at expansion opportunities down the road, I truly believe we're going to need expansion opportunities fairly quickly, the way things are going. I'm looking in that area to continue to expand upon what we're doing.